Please introduce yourself and your role and title at the ASA.
I'm Dan Rieder, and at the present time I'm semi-retired. I work 15 hours a week as contributing editor to the Register. A little bit of background: I came here in 1979 as Director of Public Relations, planning meetings, placing ads, writing press releases, liaison with state associations. When the Register was moved to Bozeman in 1990, I became the full-time editor of the Register, and I've been associated with the Register since that time.
What made you decide to work at the ASA?
Well, I'd always been interested in the cattle business. I was raised on a commercial Hereford ranch here in Montana. I majored in general ag at Montana State and went back to take over the ranch, hurt my back, and then went into radio. I'd always been interested in radio. I was a newscaster and sportscaster for 3 different radio stations. Then took an administrative job at Montana State in the alumni office. But I'd always wanted to get back to my roots, and when I heard that ASA was looking for Director of Public Relations, I thought, hey, that's kind of right up my alley. I applied for the job, and I got it.
How did you get started into magazine editing?
That's kind of a circuitous story. In high school, I wrote for a weekly newspaper and also my high school newspaper. And when I went into radio, of course, I was gathering news as a newscaster. At Montana State, in my position, I was involved in public relations. Then when I got the job in public relations at ASA, I also wrote press releases, put ads together, did a lot of writing. And when the magazine was moved here, the boss, CEO at that time, Brian Kitchen, told me, "You're the editor of the magazine." So it was indirectly, I never expected to be an editor of a magazine, especially a magazine like the Register. But it happened. I happened to be in the right place at the right time.
What did you receive your college degree in, and please expand on your education?
Okay, I have a BS in general ag from Montana State. I majored in general ag because I was raised on a commercial Hereford ranch, as I told you, but we did some farming, and I wanted something that I could use on the ranch, and I wanted to be able to address almost any aspect of cattle ranching in Montana. So I picked and chose the courses I wanted, and they all fit into general ag, and that's how I got my emphasis, however, was on animal science.
How long does it take to put an issue of the Register together?
That's a good question. It probably takes a total of 3 to 4 months, because we'll look out 4 months and decide what we're going to put in the magazine. We'll look for subjects to interview. We'll look for subjects to address. And at any given time, there are 3 or 4 issues on the burner, I should say. Currently, our January issue is at the printer, being printed, will be distributed. As I speak, it's late December. We're already laying out the Simtalk, the early January Simtalk. The February Register is in the works. It's about 2/3 done as far as editorial goes. And we're already planning March and April. So we're working at any given time on 3 to 5 issues when you consider that Simtalk and the Register are both going out about the same time.
What do you recommend to AJSA members who want to pursue this career?
Well, number one, I think the number one thing is consciousness of time. We work on deadlines. If you have trouble getting a paper in on time, you better look for something else, because we have to meet deadlines. If you don't meet a deadline on time, you're in big, big trouble in this business. We set deadlines months in advance, and we plan in advance so that we can get done. Other things you need to do is build a little bit of a resume. Get some writing out there that you can show potential employers that, hey, this is what I wrote for my high school newspaper or my college newspaper or for my hometown newspaper, or even a term paper on a given subject. If you've got that thing that you can show people that, hey, this is my talent in writing, yeah, that's good. You should also learn to interview. You should also build a base of friends and contacts. That's very important.
Thank you for your time, and we appreciate this interview.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for asking me.